and welcome to interesting new series. So I'm not gonna. There's a whole bunch of League of Legends videos and series out there that all start out with like, "What is League of Legends?" Listen, League of Legends, it's a MOBA game. 3 lanes, kill each other. It's fine. Boom. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking the ranked aspect, because for those of you who don't know, I have a little bit of an itch that I sometimes need to scratch, where I go against people and see how good my ranked is and see how good my skill is. We're getting into a match. So what I'm going to be doing in this series, if I can find the stuff that I'm trying to do, is I'm going to be doing an interesting challenge. And it's no challenge that's been done, that hasn't been done before or anything like that. But I'm going to try and level my alt account. This account that I'm using is only level, what is it, level 22, 23? Let me see. I have u.gg right next to me. I'm level 21. Here we go. Level 21. I'm going to try and level this account up to be level 30, which is the minimum for being able to do ranked, and then I'm going to try and grind until either platinum or diamond. I haven't decided which one yet. I think I'm gonna go with platinum. And the reason for this is currently my main account, the main account that I play on this game, is stuck. It's stuck in bronze, and I feel like I can do better. I'm performing better, but the low ranks are nightmares to get through because there's always bots or people who just sit there in the middle of the lane and never do anything. It's like, oh my god, what is happening, you know? So this whole series is gonna be about me working to get through into among the higher ranks in this game, and I'm going to be playing as the jungle position for pretty much every match. Usually nobody really likes to queue up as jungle. Nobody likes jungle position because it's really technical and a lot of stuff and you got to do a lot of thinking. I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to do the jungle. I'm going to hopefully not lose. The two champs that I'm going to be mainly focusing on is Mordekaiser, who I'm playing now, and Vi. These two champs are completely different but similar in many different regards. So Mordekaiser is a massive tank. He's a massive, like, I'm gonna go in, smack people with my big hammer, and do a lot of good stuff. Whereas Vi is very much go in, burst down some of the carries, and get out kind of deal. So Mordekaiser is gonna be my main champ, at least for now, at the beginning, that I kind of use to try to start going through the ranks, with Vi being flexed in if their team comp seems like I need to do more burst and less frontlining. And the reason why I'm starting it now instead of hitting level 30 first is because I want to kind of show the baseline of where I am with starting this adventure before I really start grinding it out and trying to get to, you know, diamond or plat. Probably plat. I keep saying probably different ones, but I think I'm gonna probably grind it out to try to get the platinum mark. So for any of you who are new to League of Legends and have no idea what this game is or how it's played or what's going on, if you look in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, there's a mini map. You have your top lanes, you have your mid lane, and you got your bottom lane, right? I didn't place my ward. I'm terrible at this. Good lord. Well, that's probably fine. Oh. Failed the ward. But, so, my role plays in between the lanes, in these sections here, right? This is where my role mainly plays, and that's called the jungle. I don't have a specific lane or a specific area that I need to go into. I essentially roam the entire map, trying to make opportunities for my laners, which are people like these guys right here, or Darius, who's actually my buddy, old buddy, old friendo Hal right there. My job is to try to make opportunities for them, take opportunities that they set up, and try to push their lanes ahead so we can ultimately kill their nexus right there. So that's the basic rundown of League, at least at the very beginning. So these guys right here are Buff, the big crazy looking monster dude. There's gonna be another one right here. If you look on the minimap, they have a different icon than the other areas or camps. That the ones with the different icon are buff camps. So you have wolves, you got the blue buff, you got frog thing that I always forget the name, Gromp, that's it. And each one has different things in it that you have to kill, and getting the kills gives you gold and gives you experience and everything like that. Very simple at base idea, base look, right? So with my character here, I am mostly a tank, right? This aura around me is actually his passive ability. Now I should go over that just in case you guys don't know about it, because I know League is outside of my normal stuff that I do. Every champ generally has 3 abilities: your Q, your W, and your E. An alt, which is your R, and then you have a passive ability, which is dependent on the champion itself. Each champion with its differing passives do differing things.
First blood.
Oh, you don't want to fight that anymore? You don't want to fight that? I let my passive go. That sucks. So what I'm doing now is I'm invading the enemy's jungle and taking his buffs. I gotta be careful though, because I'm a little low on health. There we go. And what that does is that puts the enemy jungle, which is that big bear looking thing, behind. And that's good for me because that means I can have more run of the map and more control of the map without having to worry about them trying to run at me with their big old snowballs. So my character that I'm using, Mordekaiser, I know I kind of went quiet there for a second. There's probably going to be a lot of times throughout these videos where I end up going quiet. It's not for lack of things to talk about. It's because I feel like I got to focus a little. So my champion, my Q, I drop my hammer and do a nice big old bonk. My W, this white bar under my health bar will end up being consumed into a shield, which is a white bar on my health bar. And then if I use that ability again, I end up getting a little bit of that shield back as health. Whereas the shield would normally just run out on a regular basis. And then my E is that big hand looking thing that keeps coming out. And that pulls whatever's in it towards me. So if I want to, well, there's my shield, and then there's the heal. But if I want to, say, get these raptors, and they're like, oh, you're too far away, come here. It pulls them towards me. See, they're right on top of me. And then this aura bubble right here around me is a damage over time passive ability, and it burns enemy champions while also, well, hi Senna. Come here, Senna. Come here, Nunu. Bye, Nunu. So the last ability, oh, they're going for drag. Oh god, I drag this early is probably not a good idea. All right, whatever. Let's do it. So this is the big neutral objective. Nobody really has claim to this objective. It's just what I just said. It's neutral. There we go. I got it at least. I had to burst it down without turning, because if I turned, then we lost the drag and the fight. At least I get the drag on that. But you have two neutral objective pits. You got where I just was, which was the dragon, and then you got right here, which is either the Rift Herald or the Baron. And the Rift Herald spawns every couple of minutes, before 20 minutes, and there's only 2 of them that you can ever get. And then the dragon spawns every 5 minutes, and those guys are usually something that will give you passive buffs. Like that dragon will give us plus 6% armor and magic resistance, which is quite nice. So it's good to take neutral objectives when and where you can, because if you get 4 dragons, if you fill this up before the other teams, you end up getting what's called a dragon soul. And whatever rift you're on, either mountain rift, fire rift, whatever, you'll end up getting the soul for that rift. And some of the better ones are like the hex tech dragon or the ocean dragon. And then there's some that just don't really do much, like the cloud dragon. Sorry, the cloud dragon. So the really nice thing is I kind of know where Nunu is gonna be right now, because he hasn't really the enemy jungler. I know where this guy right here is gonna be, who is my essentially my job to track him throughout the entire game while still doing everything else. Because I stole his camp up at the top, I know that he probably went down into this part of the jungle right here, because he doesn't have all of his camps respawned up here. Now, since that camp is respawned, there's a pretty good chance that he could start rotating up. Pull him in. Pull him in. No. Okay, well, you got him. So the second objective that I talked about, neutral objective that I talked about, is Rift Herald. This guy. At 20 minutes, this guy turns into something completely different. We'll get into that if we even hit 20 minutes. Sometimes for these lower level matches, they don't even hit 20 minutes. People will forfeit at 15. And what this guy does is, once I kill him, there's this eye right here. Whoever picks up the eye on the team that ends up killing the Herald, whoever picks up the eye will get this, the Eye of the Herald. And you can either use that in 2 different ways. So one of the ways is right here, dropping it on a lane and just letting it go to town on a tower. If it's in range of a tower, the initial charge will actually do exactly that, charge. Whereas if it's just walking through lane, it'll still fight the minions and just be essentially that same boss that I just killed, but sitting there as a minion and someone helping us. And getting herald charges will get plates. Before like 14 minutes or something like that, each tower has a plate. Each primary tower, first tower, has a plate. And The job of the laners is try to push into these towers and take the plates and eventually take the tower. After
Killing spree.
after like
Shut
14
down.
minutes or 14 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever it is, the plates just fall off and they just look like this tower right here, and it'll have no health. So the laners want to try to do as good as they possibly can, as early as they can, to get as many plates as possible. The Herald will automatically charge into a tower and usually take about 2.5 plates. Now, that is really good. If I put it down and walk away and there's nobody in that lane, then all of that gold from all of those plates end up going and getting evenly distributed to all of the teams. Now, if I stay next to it, I get a large chunk of gold. Or, if I end up having my laner there, which is normally what happens, we share the gold in two ways. We split it 2 ways. Now I'm a decent jungle. Oh, good, the Cloud Rift. That's what we didn't want. I like to think that I'm at least a halfway decent jungle, especially with my Mordekaiser, who is going to be the main guy that I'm trying to use throughout this series, at least early on. So I'm probably facing some lower levels right now that aren't all that great, and I'm not expecting much from them. I'm expecting to be able to kind of walk through most of the junglers and just kind of do my own thing. Have my own way with them, essentially. Bye. Did you take my red? I think he took my red. How dare he? So what I just did to him that made him go into a weird little... Oh no, that was his red. Into a little shadow realm was my ultimate. The realm of death, as it were. And pretty much all that is I just take an enemy one-on-one into a completely different place where the only thing that can hit me is if we're sitting under a tower. Like the enemy tower. That's the only thing that can hit me while I'm in that realm. As you can see, 14 minutes, no more plates. So, Hal did really good up at top. He got pretty much all of the plates. I'll give TF that because I don't have any use for blue. So what the blue buff does is it gives me, or gives whoever has it, mana regen, which Mordekaiser doesn't use mana. Instead, he's got this white bar underneath. And a little bit of ability haste. But I generally have a pretty decent run on my abilities, so I don't really need to worry about ability haste. These things right here that you see, these are called wards. And players will place the wards down in order to be able to get more vision and get rid of the fog of war. Come here, Zareth. Bye. And Hal gets the other. And he should get the... Yeah, there we go. The turret is destroyed with that engagement. So that's essentially League of Legends boiled down into a nutshell. Now, if you got to this point in the video, hey, thanks! Like and subscribe. But also, I know, look at me, I'm turning into one of those annoying people on this on YouTube. Like and subscribe every like 5 minutes. But in all seriousness though, good teleport. That was Twisted Fate's ultimate, by the way. He pretty much gets to teleport anywhere he wants to. Kind of nice. You guys are making probably. So the reason for this is to kind of just showcase where I'm at as a player and what kind of game this is, what kind of thing it's gonna be. Now, as I start getting into ranked and as I start having more and more matches and more tough opponents, the thing that's likely going to end up happening is I'm gonna have a lot of matches that are not like this, where I'm kind of just walking everywhere and can do whatever I want. I'm gonna have people who completely outplay me. I'm gonna have a team that will be absolutely horrible and like feed the other team and everything else. And so I want to say this is probably one of the better initial points to kind of showcase what's going to happen. And now, as you level up, as you do different things in this game, you end up getting like different rewards and stuff like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save every single reward that I can open until I hit, I'm just going to say platinum. Until I hit platinum, or man, no, we'll go diamond. Until I hit diamond. Maybe platinum. I don't know. I was trying to let TF get the kill that he did all the damage for, but you know, it is what it is. But it's gonna get really difficult. There's like 100 some odd champions. I'm not gonna be able to go over every single one in detail, especially as far as like how they're played and how to use them, because I don't even. I know strikingly little amount about this game as far as how to play it and how to do different roles in the game. I don't know what just happened right there, but that was really good. Just, I'm pretty sure Hal's having a field day because we usually face players that are much more difficult than this. So the thing with towers is generally they will have specific health and specific damage that they do. I'm gonna see if I can pull this Zeri out. Probably not. Oh, they surrendered. Well, here's the Baron Pit that you won't be able to see. 20 minutes. So that's essentially League of Legends in a nutshell. I'll show you guys here. Okay, I'm loading. How we kind of destroyed them. It was kind of not fair. Scoreboard, yay. I didn't do the most damage. Wow, I thought I did more damage than that. All right, Hal, I see you over here. So what I'm going to end up doing is right here in this section, all of these capsules, all of these boxes, I'm going to save them. And then whenever I finally get to the point where I want to open them, we're going to just do one big mass opening video. So that's going to do it for this video of League of Legends. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if how often you want to see these matches or how much you want to see. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here. Go out, do something nice for somebody today. And I will see all of you guys next time. Bye, guys!